Bobby. Bobby. What's up, people? It is the Monday night special, The Review Show, with yours truly, Talitha Kume, and my baby, Big Bobby B, brought to you by Food for the Soul Media Group here on Vegas Hype Media on Fremont. Shout out to Quan keeping us live on FB, YouTube, and the Mixler app at Vegas Hype Media. And we are live on our FB page as well, you guys. So basically, a rundown. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yep.
Some stuff you may want to chime in on. Some stuff you may not give a damn about. Some stuff you may not know about. But we are talking about it on the Monday night special, The Review. And my disclaimer, as always, these are our opinions. These are not fact, just our opinions, you guys. And so we have some special guests in the building, and we are so excited. So I want to introduce them and then let them tell us a little bit about themselves. First, I have my brother, the talented, always humble, Mook the Barber. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey.
Hello, everybody out there.
What's up?
I am Mook the Barber, here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Currently now I've been a master barber for about 25 years now.
Yay, yay.
I'm sitting here sharing this lovely time with my big sister, Talitha Kume,
Yeah,
and her lovely husband, my brother-in-law, Bobby.
My dude.
word up.
All good.
All right.
Oh, yeah. And we have our friend Kasha, PR Kasha Brown here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Wow. Well, I feel like I should have an awesome name like you. It's just Kasha Brown.
No, it's PR
It's
Kasha
PR.
Brown.
Kasha Brown.
PR
Yeah.
Kasha Brown. My name is Kasha Brown, and I am a publicist. I'm a publicist, and I am also a jewelry designer.
Nice.
So I'm happy
Yeah, we
to
on
be
that.
here today. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, we work
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
work a
it
little
is.
bit together, man.
yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Or you and she do, and then she and I do as well.
Yeah.
So we work on the PR side, and then Bobby and her work on the jewelry side. And so, you guys, I want to go ahead and get into our show, but I kind of want to mix things up just a little bit, only because we have some new stuff that we've had come out, and I kind of want to talk about that. So forgive me if I go off script just a little bit. I know Bobby's gonna be like, "What in the entire hell is going on?"
Man.
But so first I want to talk about the world news. So I'm going to talk about that first. Bobby, don't do anything.
Okay. For
Just,
sure.
because I don't want you to mess up your little your script and everything. But
Mhm.
you guys, so my first thing I want to talk about is this world news, because our other stuff, our other topics are so juicy. I know that we're going to stay on those, and I want to make sure that I can get to everything that I wanted to speak about. So did you guys hear about the armed school employee that prevented a man from allegedly kidnapping a juvenile Utah girl? So I put up the article just a little bit. An armed school employee at an elementary school in Utah prevented an alleged kidnapping on the school's playground earlier this week. Police said the incident happened at Lincoln Elementary School on Tuesday and involved a 41-year-old male suspect identified as whoever his name is. The Ogden Police Department said in a press release. He's been accused of trying to abduct an 11-year-old girl while she was on the playground. He allegedly walked up to the young girl, pulled her towards him as if he was intended to leave with her. The unidentified employee was nearby, saw the incident unfold, confronted him while demanding him to leave, and then he temporarily unhanded her, allowing the employee to usher the children into a classroom that was nearby. And after the employee managed to take the students to safety, the suspect went towards the classroom, began punching the window in an apparent attempt to force his way into the classroom. At that point, the employee produced a firearm, holding the suspect off while calling the police. And it says the involved school employee is a concealed firearm permit holder and was lawfully in possession of the gun when the incident occurred. What do y'all think about that?
Man.
What do y'all think about that? How and I'll start with you, Bobby, as far as there's been a lot of talk, even when Trump was in office, about allowing school teachers or having teachers or teachers or staff being prepared to be able to take on that kind of offense or being prepared to protect their students and themselves. What do you think about that?
I thought it was a good idea. There was a really big push at the moment or at that time for educating teachers and the nurses and all that in school.
Yeah.
With security information
Mhm.
and letting them have weapons and guns for protection. I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah, I don't.
That fell off my radar. Like I remember reading about it and hearing about it on the news.
Well, the COVID happened to it, so let's say that.
Okay.
Because maybe they didn't pick it back up, but with a lot of the school shootings, they were saying, "Hey, we need teachers, security, because sometimes security doesn't even cut it to be able to protect our babies
Right.
when somebody comes in just shooting." And
It's just one
and if
person. Like how's one person
right
gonna
able
secure
to take
the whole building? Like
right,
everybody
one
should have a
security
little
guard.
bit of security
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely,
Right.
I agree. Especially
Right.
being that you have a security background. What do you
Right.
think, Kasha?
I think that, I mean, of course, my mindset is a little bit deeper, I guess, than the average. But for me, on the latter part of the story, when you stated that the person actually came back to the school and started to beat on the window or on the door, I wonder if that particular person has some type of connection to the child. Does he
Right.
know her? Is it the neighbor? Or,
Right.
is it some type of
Got
relation
personal.
there?
Right.
Them to actually, because the average person, if you come at them and tell them to leave or go away and they're trying to abduct someone, they're going to leave. They're not going
They'll
to
leave.
come back in front of
Mm-hmm.
several people and try again to get into that facility. I mean, that's one. I wonder if there was a connection there. I'd like to know the rest of the
The rest of
story.
the story, yeah.
Yeah.
And then two, I'm a little on the fence because I think that although I definitely want the teachers to be able to protect the children, I'm not too comfortable about the children being around guns.
Okay.
But that would
Um,
all be an education issue. That
Yeah.
would be the issue with how you store your weapons and all that.
And training.
Yeah.
Training. It's
Absolutely.
all training for
Yeah.
sure.
I could definitely see
Gun safes and all that
Yeah.
require passwords and
Right.
yeah.
What do you
things of that
think?
nature.
What do you
I have a
think?
couple of opinions on on this situation. First things first is I know here in Nevada and the majority of government places, government ran
Yeah.
facilities, there are no guns allowed or no firearms are allowed
Right.
Right.
on the premises, with it being a hospital, school, Department of Motor Vehicles, these things like that. Guns are not allowed at all on the premises. So first things first is, why did the teacher have a gun on her? First and foremost,
Okay.
him, excuse me. Then the fact that they used the gun to protect another student, it's like, okay, that's a good thing
Right.
for them to have that weapon because it was used in a manner to protect somebody. But the question at hand is, did the teacher have that there? What were they supposed to have that there from the get-go?
Right.
You know, how many more teachers do we know right now are at school armed? That should be the question. I'm pretty sure it might be a lot of teachers right now that are armed.
Because
at
of the current
school.
situation, I
Yeah.
don't fault them at all.
I mean, I get it totally.
Because
I get it
crime is
totally.
not going to ask for a permit to walk in with a gun. They're just going to bring a gun.
I mean,
So, I
but,
mean-
but the fact of the matter is the fact that I went to and got my concealed weapons license here in Nevada, and it tells you in the classroom right there to when you do can carry your weapon, and when you are going into different buildings in that nature, that usually they have a signage
Right.
that says
Yeah.
firearms are prohibited.
You
or
say the
what's-
percentage and everything,
Such,
liquor and everything.
like that.
Yeah.
So with that
Right.
being said, you're supposed to know these things, when you are a gun holder, So
Right.
So that's interesting. So maybe we should follow that story and
Yeah,
see
definitely.
what transpires, because maybe he the teacher had permission, so we don't know. So now it's going to come out.
Private school?
So now it's going to come out to where it's like, oh, okay, you had a gun. You're not supposed to have a gun on government property. So now the
Yeah.
teacher might get arrested or something like that. But he
Right.
saved a child's life.
right.
So
it's a
what do
double
you
standard.
what's the balance? What do you deem more
He still
important?
gets prison.
Yeah, do you deem more important? You see, and that's what I'm saying. Do you deem more important this
Yeah.
child's life, or the fact that this person came in with a concealed handgun that he has a license for, but he didn't tell
Right.
the principal or he didn't check with them first? We don't know.
I'm on his side, but I mean,
We don't
still
know.
have to throw him underneath for that.
And then also, you
And all
guys,
grace.
before we get into the other things as well, I wanted to talk about, we just found out, we were just scrolling because my friend PR Kasha Brown is what she does. She scrolls. So she was scrolling and we saw about the shooting yesterday
It was yesterday.
at this concert in Miami. So
Yeah.
I did not get a chance to read it, you all. but we just know that there was a shooting. And so I don't know if you read the article and found out, exactly what happened, but I just wanted to talk about it really quickly because she and we were at the memorial concert yesterday, man. We were there yesterday, and I promise you guys, I was sitting there, and I know that you might think that I'm crazy or whatever, but I promise you, I was sitting there praying while we were at the concert, even though I was trying to enjoy myself, because I thought about the country concert that, Las Vegas is known for 2 or 3 years ago when the sniper was just picking off people.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, if somebody was really racist or just kind of wanted to pick off a lot of black people, boy, they sure know where we are, because it was about 2,500 people out there strong.
Right.
And so I'm sitting there praying like, Lord, please, while we're enjoying ourselves, don't let none pop off. So it's kind of eerie to me that we were at a concert and then we find out about this.
Well, I read a little bit. I skimmed it a little bit, but it basically was saying that it was at a rap concert.
Yeah.
And it was in Miami, and it was, I believe, 2 people killed, and was it 22 injured?
Mm-hmm.
I think we both read it,
Yeah.
and like 22 injured. So I didn't really get a chance to see if there's a backstory or what happened, if it was just someone randomly shooting. It just kind of was a video that I watched actually and read some of the caption. It was just the father. Well, I'm gonna say this. What disturbed me is the fact that it was the father of the young man who was just like really
Distraught
because they would not let him get to his son that had been laying out on the ground under a tarp for over 18 hours.
Oh man.
So I get it, you don't want to disturb the crime scene. I get it, you want to make sure that the police have all the information, but 18 hours in the hot sun and your child is there laying on the ground dead, and you can't, get to him and look at him and just kind of like, wow, that to me was very disturbing.
Yeah, and that's what kind of made us stop. And it's like this man was just going ballistic.
Yeah.
That's
As he
his
should.
baby, man. And so that's crazy to
And
me.
he was 26.
And
The gentleman that was killed, his son was 26 years old.
okay, wow. And so that's really, our heart goes out to him and whoever lost their life, whoever got hurt, because we were so thankful that the place we went to yesterday, no problems, you guys. We were able to come together, so let it not be said that black people can't come together and enjoy themselves. There was liquor there, and everything, and we had a good time. We danced, we saw our favorite artist, and we went to the house.
But
you know what I'm saying? And
let's not skip over the fact that one of the first things that you said to me, I was visually observing, but she said, "Where are the exits?" And I said, "Oh, you want to make sure in case something happens or goes down, we'll know how to get out of here." And so I was like, "Well, there's a fence right there
that we
just
don't
in
have to
case if
jump.
we don't see an exit." Which
Straight
is
up.
unfortunate that you have to have those conversations, but you definitely have to pre-plan
Yes.
just in case if something happens that you're not just frantically running around in
Right.
circles. Y'all forgive me because my headphones keep falling off, and I
Yeah.
feel like I'm doing a mic check 1 2 1 2
But
thing up here.
You just need to
You're
just
good.
A
scratch
turntable,
with it.
yeah.
But that background, Kasha, is that man right there. And I appreciate it because I used to be so oblivious to life, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of not paying attention to my surroundings. And he taught me that, a very valuable lesson. Like, it's almost like they should have even announced it at the place. Like, hey, you guys, these are the restrooms right here and right here. You know, your exits are right here, in case of an emergency situation. We need to go here. I think that probably should be done
We're gonna start
at any
campaigning
concert.
for
Yeah.
that, because
At
if they
any
do it on
concert.
airplanes,
Yeah.
and the chance that anything's gonna happen on the airplane is
Right.
one
It's
in,
slim
you
to
know,
none, except, if we're
you know,
going to
it's
go down,
less
right.
than anything else, any
Yeah.
other occurrence with that many people, and they don't say it anywhere else but there.
Yeah.
So you're right. That needs to be something we push.
Yeah.
That should definitely be something we push
You
hear me?
at all events going
Because I think
forward.
it even takes
Yeah.
it takes some of the edge off, and it also makes you
Yeah.
stand on edge whenever you hear that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, I probably need to be a little bit more cautious. Probably we don't have to put your phone in airplane mode, but I'm gonna do it because they said so.
Yeah.
And they did all this thing. And I know they wanted this job just so they can do this and pull that little thing and practice all that. You know, so when you get into all that, so
Yeah.
I think that we need to push this.
Yeah.
But
That's
how
a
many
good point.
times have you been at a big event and you didn't know where the restroom
That's what I'm saying.
was?
None of that.
Yeah.
You
Or
gotta
you didn't
ask
know where there
around
was
and all
another
this.
exit was at. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Dude. Yeah, right.
True.
Need
So
to know.
confirmation, we definitely need to know that.
Yeah.
We may need to.
Let's
So if
push it.
anybody, the powers that be, if you're out there listening to this particular podcast, we need to put something in place. A
We just
blueprint.
start showing up to
Yeah.
concerts
A
and doing
map.
it ourselves.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is where the
we're
exits
gonna,
are.
we're gonna
we
do
get the
this.
sticks and everything and the shirts, you know, it's where the exits are. All
This is
that.
right here. Just
Yep.
stand up all in the middle of the concert. Excuse me, I'm gonna let you talk, but here, hold on a
Isn't that how the
minute.
Mav Maniacs got started?
I don't know.
I think they just showed up and just started dancing and being a bunch of big dudes looking crazy, and they got hired by the Mavericks, I believe.
That's dope.
Yeah, but that's just
Wow.
not
Yeah,
the society
same
that
kinda-
we're in right now.
Oh,
we,
heck
we,
no.
we can't
Same
jump
kinda
up
thing.
and
We might
Yeah.
get shot
Yeah,
trying to help out.
we can't do that. Good thought though.
Yeah, but you guys, so I want to talk about these two issues before we go to our first break. So I saw a meme on FB that asked if Father's Day should be banned because it's disrespectful to single mothers and same-sex couples. And I said, "What in the entire hell?" And I said that.
Man,
I posted it on my page and I said, man, these women out here, and I'm one, but these women out here are trying to cancel men so strong. Why in the hell would you post something like that? And then you don't even consider that there are same-sex couples that are men. So we finna just take everything away from the dude. What we doing now? I thought that was the stupidest post I have ever seen. And the comments that I got on my repost was from same-sex females who was like, who the hell said this? Because they was
right,
even
they
like,
ain't finna go with
that's
it.
dumb.
Yeah, but think
Yeah.
about this. If you really just think about the conversations in the past, most Father's Day celebrations are very short and slim anyway.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to say take away Father's Day and not Mother's Day,
That's what I'm
is
saying.
this kind of
Right.
like,
Yeah,
what's
it's all
to
a
say
big-
Father's Day over Mother's Day? Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. I don't even know. I think that was a joke. It couldn't have been real.
Nah, it was for real.
Nah, it was real. Cause,
It was for real. They trying to cancel men.
And then,
Yeah.
check out what Dwayne Wade in the interview. He speaks out about it, and he says that it shouldn't be led. He says why men shouldn't lead in marriage, and this is a quote: "It's not that men lead and women follows. That's not what we do in our house. For me, I have a wife that works just as hard or harder than I. She had a career of her own, of her blah 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 whatever. Okay, so he says this. Please finish this. I don't think that I think that men are becoming softer, and I think that men like this that they allow to get in the media and tell other men how to live are kind of destroying the narrative. I don't think that because you're talking about getting rid of Father's Day. That was
Right,
a statement.
which was
Right.
separate. It's separate from this. But I tied this in purposely because it's kind of like like
And
you
it's
said,
right.
we kind of see, because he
Right.
said that she had her own career, her own life. Before I came along, from my perspective, I was like, how can I be a part of the growth or the evolution of who she is and not try to change her or stunt her growth? So basically, he's saying that really there's no leader in their home and they both
That's-
lead
all
or
that
just
view is
whatever.
all is
And
wrong
so-
because I think if they're looking at it just monetarily
Mhm.
or and all that stuff that takes away our power.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
I don't know. It's too long to talk about this. I don't want to go into that.
Well, we gonna
Right.
hit it,
We have a
Kasha,
lot to
and
talk about.
well, let's go with Marcus, because I want to see what Marcus has to say as a man and the leader of your home. I'm sure, or when you know.
Well, first things first, as far as the Father's Day post goes, they should never get rid of Father's Day.
I don't think that was real
Simple
though.
as that. I
It
mean,
was.
You know, they shouldn't get rid of Father's Day. They don't even think about it. He's here. It's here to stay,
Mhm.
and it is what it is. Because I'm a father, and I want to be recognized for my day.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
simple as
Dollar
that.
Tree
Because I've
got
been
us.
a great father. You know what I mean. No matter, no matter what the mothers done, great mothers in this world. But I've been a
Right.
great father, and I want to be recognized for that. Being a great
Yeah.
father. If there's a Father's Day, if there's a day for me to be celebrated, hey, celebrate me.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now back to the new topic
D-Wade.
as far as Dwayne Wade saying that the way him and his wife kind of run their household, more power to them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If he feels like it's 50-50 and Gabrielle and she runs 50% of the household, I run 50% of the household, or she's the head and I'm not the head, it is what it is.
Right.
But for me, it's just the way I was kind of raised was that the man was the head of the household, and that didn't mean as far as finances goes. He makes more money, so he has to be the head, or because he's just the man, because he's the superior, because he's the masculine, he should be the head of the household. No, it just is what it is.
It's protection, man.
It's,
It's a
and-
protection
But-
thing, and I think they're trying to snatch that away with letting people say things like this because it never was about money.
Well, let me chime in
believe-
right quick.
Mhm.
I totally respect what you're saying, and you're a man, and that's your perspective and your point of view, and that's the reality of it. But I feel like in this world that we live in today, it's so many men uh, become so absent in situations that the women have to step up and be more authoritative. They have to be the person to make the decisions because if they don't, who's going to?
You don't think that
And
women have pushed us to be more absent in like the
no,
way that
come
y'all
on,
act,
no,
actions,
no,
none of that?
no, 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 no. I'm speaking of my
Well,
perspective of just
I'm
what
just
I
asking. I
see.
don't really care though. I'm good. I'm married. I'm
Right,
cool.
but yeah, I was commenting on that.
I know. Yeah.
So, so what I was trying to say before being
Interrupted.
okay.
Mhm.
So what I'm saying is from being a female, because I am a female, and
Yeah.
being in relationships, I'm just saying other females when we get together and we talk, we question and wonder like, why is it that so many men kind of like either try to dummy me down to make themselves look bigger,
Right.
or they don't make a presence known, and we have to be the aggressor in a
Right.
sense. Like,
Mhm.
okay, where are we going to eat? What are we going to do this? What are we going to do that? And it's like we have to take that really strong independent role.
Mhm.
Is what I'm saying.
Is that because y'all are picky? That men just figure it's easier just to go ahead and let y'all do it because I'm not going to keep fighting this never ending ass battle?
I don't know.
It might be.
I doubt it. I doubt that.
I'm going to say
I
that's
doubt
about
that.
82% of what
I
it
doubt
is.
that that's the situation in its entirety. I'm talking about real life situations to where you have, the man who's not working because he didn't have to when he's sitting on the couch and the woman is out there working and he's, what I'm saying? She's the
Right.
breadwinner or she's the decision maker or whatever. I'm just saying whatever
Can
the
he still-
dynamic is.
Can that man still be the head of the household
I feel
with
like,
that woman out there working?
well, I use that as an
That makes-
example and it may not have been a good one because I didn't mean it in that capacity. I meant it from a place of the man just choosing to be very faint in the relationship as to where the woman has to step up and wear the pants. That's what I'm saying in reference to that. So I wasn't trying to make it a financial situation because that's not
Well-
what I meant. I just meant just as her presence to be more this. Okay, well, babe, so the bills. Okay, well, just give me the money and I'll pay the bills. No, you do it, love. She pays the bills. She does this. She
Right.
does that. She makes the decisions on the grocery shopping, the clothes. She buys your clothes. You don't really make hardly any decisions, whether you choose to or not,
Mhm.
because she's picky. As a man, I think I would like for you to be like, chill. You're taking too much of the responsibility here. Let me be
I
a
got
man. Let
this.
me lead
Right.
and let me get this. That's what I would want. But if a man is so easy to just like cower down, then a stronger woman's gonna be like, all right, well, since you're not gonna do it, let me do it.
Right.
That's I don't know. Hope that
Is
makes
it,
sense.
is,
but-
would you say not so much cowered down? It's just more so he might have a strong personality in his woman. He might have a strong woman,
Mhm.
and he might be just that cool, laid back kind of a man who lets his woman kind of lead in a sense.
Or doesn't know how to like
And-
deal with that type of confrontation. Maybe he
But
just
But here's
deals
the
with it on the
deal.
other side.
If you don't, and I'm speaking of myself,
Right.
if you don't show me trustworthy or leadership qualities in yourself, why should I trust you to lead me? And first of all,
Understood.
I'm not married, so I know that this is supposedly biblically speaking in a marriage.
Mhm.
But as a person who's whether they're dating before marriage or married, I
Right.
think that you have to show leadership qualities because if you don't have those qualities and she does, then yeah, I think that she should lead. But don't
what's
expect me to
leadership
be led,
qualities?
be able to make responsible decisions for the family that are going to be in the betterment and the growth of the family.
Absolutely.
That
So
would be leadership. I get it.
Yeah, totally.
you know what I mean. So I'm coming from that perspective. I'm just saying, if you don't show me that you can do this, then why should I give you the reins to do it?
Yeah.
Just because it says that a man's supposed to lead. Sorry, I got real passionate about
It
it.
says a man's supposed to lead, but again, I think now, 2021 going into the future, and like you say, Bobby said it earlier, man, things have really changed
Things
Mhm.
really
in a
change.
relationship. Really, things have really changed when it comes to man and woman and leadership, the leadership role in the household. I think it's kind of all over the place nowadays.
We're viewed just as objective and as objects as women are. Like y'all
Right.
see,
Yeah.
like dudes used to gawk at women walking down the street. Now women are sharing penises on the wall with women. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
that's how much we don't matter in a sense, so to speak. We're just objects.
Wait,
What?
what did you say?
Seriously,
He's
like,
on a
if you
wall.
think about it, did your mom do that or your grandma?
What-
You know what I'm saying? Was that
on a
their
wall?
was that their move? Like we have a lot of different things that we gotta fight nowadays as men. It's not the same challenges. Completely different mentally. We have
Okay.
to battle a whole lot of different things that our parents didn't have to battle. So it's a different world.
So, but would you say that that's why there are so many men that are cowering down because there are so many things stacked against them? Because this post right here, whether it was true or not, I believe that it was very true.
I think it's propaganda to pull
trying
people.
to get rid of men completely is what I see. And I'm saying if ain't nobody
can
eyes
agree with that.
if ain't nobody's eyes open to that, then you're blind if you do not see that we are trying to erase the man, period. And so we're
Right.
trying to erase the man and have a world full of women running every damn thing. It doesn't make sense. And
I
for
see it.
me,
I see
for me, biblically, I have to stand on that, because if not, it's chaotic. Remember when we had our show about family, the family structure and the breakdown, and we said wholeheartedly that we believed that when you have a patriarch in the family, whether he leads kind of by a heavy hand or not, usually that family has a good foundation. So if you find a family where that father is in that family's life, and that
Right.
that father has made decisions or whatever, you'll find really healthier, well-rounded children that grow up to be adults.
Yeah.
And it's just fact. And I'm not saying that a woman cannot do that, but I'm saying more than not, I believe that that male presence is something about that man that does something with respect, obedience, all of those things.
Right.
It just is.
No, I agree with you 100%. I believe in the biblical structure for
Right.
leadership, which is, man, then woman, then God, of course, first.
God,
then man, then woman, then children.
Yeah.
So I believe in that structure. I was just coming from a reality basis. Because
Yeah.
I know me
No, I
personally,
agree
again,
with
I'm
you.
not married, but if I've had a gentleman I was dating who was like, you're supposed to submit to me.
Why?
We're not married. Submit to what? So if you want to lead me and you're leading me over a cliff, am I supposed to be like, okay, I'm going to jump right after
Right.
you? Absolutely not. I'm going to let you jump. And I'm going to be like, bye, 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 bye. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. So at the end of the day, I agree with you, but I'm not going to let you lead me astray. either.
It's crazy, and we can go on and on about it, you guys, but we're gonna take a quick break. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Monday Night Special, The Review, and we will be right back after these short messages.
That one would have
This
went
album
way
is
over.
dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from, that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world's trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Peace to Raw G, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know.
Happy Natural Pomade is especially helpful in managing, maintaining, and supporting growth of curly, coily, natural hair and hair that is dry, coarse, chemically treated, or in need of nurturing and strengthening. Happy Natural Body Cream nourishes, moisturizes, and replenishes skin, leaving it hydrated and silky smooth. Our healthy, all-natural products are all about letting you nurture your hair and skin affordably while still giving you the look, feel, and manageability you want. We're so excited for you to experience Happy. I am happy. Are you? Go to www.haapiproducts.com, happyproducts.com, or email us at info@happyproducts.com. Premium Grooming Essential. This products provide you with excellent hair and skin products, along with high-quality grooming products for the hair of the future. Their multi-use professional product for barbers and cosmetologists will make your desired hairlines, crisp, goatees, and eyebrows pleasingly crisp, keeping your desired lines and shapes crisp. By Mook the Barber. Go to www.crispproducts.com. CRISPRODCTS today. Crisp. Mook the Barber. Crisp. Mook the Barber. Breathe. Just sit and breathe. Don't stress. Woosah. Exhale. Yes, dear, that tastefully lush aroma is you. Let oneself go in the sweet, rodellent moxie vibrating through your pores. You're well. Today's sponsor is Total Relaxation, offering a meditation experience for the inner peace you need. Mental health should be a number one priority in the lives of yourself and your family. Keeping everyone grounded and healthy leads to a more balanced, refreshed, and joyful life. Go to www.totalrelaxationlv.com for more information. Breathe, meditate, balance, heal, repeat. And we are back. If you just joined us, this is Monday Night Special, The Review by Food for the Soul, with me, Talitha Kume, and my baby, Big Bobby B, on Vegas Hype Media, with our special guest in the building, Mook the Barber and P.R. Kasha Brown. And we are about to continue our convo. But first, support for Monday Night Special comes from Faith and Finances with Talia B. Need your credit repaired but don't know where to start? Hit up our credit repair specialist. She'll help you get your credit restored and back on track in no time. For more information, you can DM her on FB at talia.b.1, you guys. So we are talking about stuff. And if you want to talk about stuff with us, leave a comment on our page. Share your thoughts. So you guys, I want to get on some food reviews. So I want to talk about the latest places you've eaten here in Vegas. Is it yay or nay? And first, we got to go with where Bobby and I ate for our last date night that we took Joe B on.
Let's tell you. First of all, we want to congratulate Joe B on that.
Yes.
On
his raise. That's why we took him out. Yeah.
He got a promotion and a raise.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Joe. Yeah. We took him to Pieology Pizzeria. Mm-hmm. And personally, I believe that Pieology Pizzeria is CC's Pizza for adults. Yes, you basically walk in there, pay overpriced money for a little personal pan pizza, and you sit down and you get delivered to your table within 15 minutes. The best CC's Pizza display I've seen on one plate.
Man.
Say it right to you.
Y'all, I want to tell y'all, I laughed when Bobby said that because I hate CC's Pizza, but I love this place, right? And so you walk in the door and it's like a line, kind of like Subway or Free Burrito. I don't know if you guys have that out here. Chipotle, similar to that. Yeah, so you walk in Chipotle. And then they ask you what type of crust you want, whether it's deep dish, thin crust or whatever. And then they ask you about marinara. You put the marinara on there. How much cheese you want on there. You pick your meat you want on there, your vegetables, and then they put it in the oven for you, and you're sitting there waiting for it. You get a drink or whatever. And it was only $10, so it wasn't bad to me. It was $9.95 for it, and the pizza was a nice size. It had about 5 or 6 slices for one person, so I think it was good. But I loved it. I loved it, and I hate CC's.
I'm gonna take her back again because I loved it. Every place I've taken her, or she's recommended, is I loved it first. And second time is always Greta Garbo. And she's like, her adrenaline is down. And she's like, you know what? It really wasn't that good. I'm like, I know. It wasn't.
Because you said it first.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you this place is CC.
You act like you know me. Okay. Anyway, Marcus, let's go with Kasha first. No, let's go Marcus. So Marcus, any place that you've been to where you're like, it was good, or it was like, man, they can keep that.
Keep it.
Let me see. Just recently?
Yeah.
Just recently. Come on. Something. Let me see. Oh my goodness, that's a tough one because I'm so picky. I'm such a picky eater.
Oh Lord, you and Kasha Brown.
I'm such a picky eater. I don't eat no spice. I don't eat certain things. I want to cook the certain. I'm such a plain.
Put out a sushi place. You have a good sushi
eater. I like sushi, but I go to one particular sushi place all the time.
Oh, see birds looking. So, why you're thinking
I have a place.
Kasha, yes, she already got a place.
I definitely have a place.
She's out here visiting. Yeah.
Now, I have been waiting for a minute. When I say a minute, I'm going to say since conception. Maybe not conception. But you know what I'm saying, a minute. to try White Castle because they don't have it in Texas
Oh,
unless
my
you get it
God.
out of the freezer section.
Mhm.
So literally, when I made it to Vegas, I was like, "Look, yo, I'm gonna
was
make
like,
it to your spot, but I'm
Yeah.
about to find this White Castle."
She
Went
drove all
everywhere.
over trying to
Drove
find White
all
Castle.
over to find it. So especially because I Googled it and they had Impossible Burger meat. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm in there." And you'll have okay, yeah, I'm there. So I got there, stood in this long Six Flags line to finally get to
Right.
the thing to order my food.
Ooh, gosh,
So-
here we go.
You know what I'm saying? So then I said, okay, Impossible Burger, say it's the size of a quarter, but $3.59. Okay, I'll get it. Got that. I got several items. I'm gonna say that. So because I'm me, I opened it up and I looked at the meat. I said, "Ma'am, this is totally not impossible. It's impossible that this is impossible meat." I said,
Yeah.
"What is this?" And she's like, "No, that's our vegan." I said, "No, that can't be impossible meat because I eat it." I said, "This looks like some spam mixed in with," but yeah, that didn't go well. So it was most worst food I've ever had in my whole
Oh, that's
entire
terrible.
life. It was terrible. I took one bite of that mush. It was mushy,
Mhm.
Ooh.
like dog food would be, I guess. It was so mushy. It was disgusting. The service was really horrible,
Oh, that's pretty bad.
but the fries were good. I mean, if you know what I'm saying.
The lemonade was good apology. I'll give him
Yeah.
that.
You know what I mean?
Lemonade
That's what I'm
was
saying.
good.
So,
Lemonade
so
good apology,
Mhm.
and the fries good at
White Castle.
White Castle.
Yeah,
I've never ate
but
there before,
I want to
but I've heard
add.
so many bad stories.
I used to eat there when I was in Michigan, so it's different now out here.
See,
What were you gonna say about it?
Thank you, sir, for
Sorry.
acknowledging the fact that I wasn't finished.
My bad.
In Dallas, my favorite place to eat is the last place I had recently, and it was Snappy's Catfish.
Yeah.
Man, it's
Snappy's.
the best catfish in the world. So if you
Shout out
are
to
in
Snappy's.
Dallas, Texas, and you go to
Snappy's.
Snappy Catfish, I believe they're open maybe right now on a Friday and a Saturday only. The best catfish
They're only
in the
open on
world.
weekends?
Yes, right now they're running, I believe, off of like a food truck system
Okay,
since
yeah.
COVID,
Okay.
and because it kind of set a few people back in
Yeah.
reference to buildings and
But
expenses.
way to get it back.
But
Man.
baby, when I tell you that fish and that service is amazing, the Jeffersons,
Snappies.
ironically, is the name of the owners. The Jeffersons,
Moving on up.
moving on up.
Yeah.
So they're the owners of Mr. Jefferson and his wife. Beautiful people, small black-owned business, and amazing food and service in the West Dallas area. So look it up, Snappy's Catfish.
Snappy's catfish.
Oh,
Snap-
Tell them I
Snappy's.
sent you, and they're gonna give you a discount.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got
Some-
one.
Okay.
I've been sitting there thinking, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta send a shout out to this spot. Like, this spot right here was so bomb. Like, if anybody's listening to this right now, and then you're in Miami, Florida, or
Okay.
you're about to go to Miami, Florida, okay?
Yeah.
It's a place called Wynwood Village. Okay.
Okay.
If anybody been down to Florida lately, or Miami,
Not
down let's
lately.
go
Not
Wynwood
lately.
Village. Real culture spot. A lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, a lot of artsy things, nightclubs and stuff down there in the Wynwood Village area. But it's a place called the world famous House of Mac.
Oh, wow.
Again, the world famous House of
Mac.
Mac. If anybody's listening to this right now, you can Google it. You can look at it on Instagram, and they're blown up to the
The
fullest.
world famous House
Okay.
of Mac.
Okay.
I heard about it. I heard about it a while ago. 'Cause my son lives down there, plays football down there. He told me about the spot.
Okay.
I went down there. They started out with the food truck, a
Mhm.
House of Mac food truck. They blew up so big, the owner of it, he had to buy a physical location.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, he had to have the food truck and the physical location.
Mhm.
And I had the jerk chicken macaroni. Just
Ooh,
imagine.
wee.
Oh, that
This
sound
is-
nice. That
this-
sound
does
real
that sound on the
That
sound
sound
bomb?
real
Mhm.
nice.
Sound bomb,
Was it
right?
spicy?
It had a little bite to it, but it was
Yeah.
just perfect. You
Yeah.
could taste the jerk in it and the macaroni and cheese. I mean,
I
it was
need it.
just awesome. So if you guys are ever in that area, the world famous House of Mac, basically they have macaroni and
I'm
cheese
looking
cooked in
up
every
on
kind of
IG
way.
right now.
Vegan macaroni and cheese,
Well, that
lobster
was my
macaroni and
question.
cheese,
Okay.
jerk chicken macaroni and cheese was bomb. So we talking about food.
Yeah.
No Pyology, no White Castle.
Oh yeah.
But
no,
that
I-
bomb, you know what I mean? We had Pappy's. What was it, Pappy's?
Snappy.
Snappies.
Snappy.
Snappies. Dallas.
That
Boy
Pappy's
said
Catfish.
Snappies. Snappies
yeah.
in Dallas.
Yeah.
And we got the world famous House of Mac.
Yeah,
Yup,
try that.
they got
And,
a blue check too.
So you
And,
guys, yeah.
Yup.
in Miami. Or they blue checked on Instagram.
They blue check.
So they are
just-
official,
Yes,
like me.
look that up, you
Yeah.
guys. And so we got about 15 more minutes, you guys, left. Usually we have been starting this Crate It or Hate It, but it's going to be back next week, you guys. We did a review last week. So if you are an up and coming artist looking for some airplay or just a focus group to listen to your song on a wider platform, and you are ready to hear some honest opinions, as you can see, because Bobby's real honest about your music, we are accepting artist song submissions for the review. So go to our website, www.foodforthesoulmediagroup.press, and go to Crate It or Hate It and submit your music, or email us at foodforthesoulpresents.com for more information. And so last, because we skipped last week, I think we ran out of time last
We
week,
did.
but I actually have something before we end the show. Because we got a little bit of time and I want to get you guys' opinion that we've been talking about all day. So I'm going to talk about myself.
Come on, man.
So here we go. All right, here we go. So I am about to embark on
Lord.
level 50
Yep.
in 2 weeks. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And so I decided to do a social media campaign just to kind of, celebrate the fact that I feel like I look really good at this age. And
Yeah.
so, and I've learned a
real.
lot. I've gone through a lot, learned a lot about what to do, what not to do, that has everything to do with Talitha. Now, I know nobody else but Talitha. And so I decided to start posting pictures every day, and I asked women to join me to post pictures of yourself over 50 doing something that maybe society thinks that you as a 50-year-old or over 50-year-old shouldn't be doing. Or something that they don't think you can do,
Right.
or anything like that, or whatever, just to break the stereotypes of how we view elderly women or women that are more mature. Let's put it like that. And so I posted a picture of myself, and all of you all know that I claim to be a believer in Jesus Christ, right? And so I posted a picture of myself, and I was it was revealing. It was a revealing picture, but nonetheless, I thought that it was tasteful. I asked my husband first if I could post it. He was like, "Cool, do you? If you feel good about yourself, boo boo, do you, new you, all this other kind of stuff." So he told me to post it, right, or I could post it. So I posted it, and then I got a comment from a friend of mine that I respect, and I'm really she inspires me. So she was like, "Well, I feel like that picture should just be for you and your husband. It shouldn't be for the world to see." And so I felt some type of way. I'm like, "Oh man, maybe she has a point," even though I didn't feel bad about it because I posted it. So I posted it, and then I was like, okay, well, let me kind of see if anybody else feels this way about this particular subject. And so I posted, hey, if you guys feel this type of way about this subject, if you guys are, believers, Christians like myself or whatever, hey, tell me what you think. And if you think this or whatever, and you think it's tasteless, I'll take it down. Man. My thing, I ain't never trended that much in my whole entire life, in my being. People was going in, and nobody was being disrespectful to me. They were just saying, hey, well, Talitha, you asked. I don't think it was tasteful. I think you should take it down, blah, 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 whatever. So my baby gets on there, and like I said, honest. He gets on there and he's like, you, this, that, or
Why don't you just
whatever.
say it?
Why
Read it.
y'all so, why
I
y'all
was
so,
about
no,
to
I'm
say,
not
why
going to
don't
read
you
it.
read it?
Why y'all so
Oh,
churchy?
man.
And why are
I
y'all
didn't say
this?
none of
And
that.
why
You should
y'all,
read it. You got me
you
sounding
did.
stupid.
No,
You
you
should
did.
read
You
it.
said, you said
I didn't
something
say
about
nothing
them.
like that.
I'm not, okay, say what you said. I don't want to read it.
I don't know. I'm not going to be able to
Okay.
find it. My Facebook's not working.
So he said something about basically that if you really want to go deep about clothing was a curse anyway. It was a sin.
Right.
Because we cursed and found out we were naked, and then we got clothes.
Right.
And so he was like, do yourself a service and pretty much mind your own damn business, pretty much is what he said, and stop getting on my wife. But
Yeah.
I wanted to ask your opinions before we get out of here, because we've been talking about it all day. Kasha Brown and Marcus Bowden, as far as the post is concerned with the believer standpoint, I think both of you all had a different opinion about why maybe I shouldn't have posted it, or why I should have just been like, this me, man, deal with it.
Well, I want to just chime in and say, I feel like if you are confident in your skin and confident in what you posted, you're not convicted by it spiritually, and your husband is not disapproving of you posting it, then post it. Say, hey, this is 50, or you know what I mean? Not that caption, but this is what it is. I wouldn't have sought out any type of affirmations or confirmation from anybody else, because it does leave room for people that have an opinion that you may or may not
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
And that's what probably would happen. People had an opinion that as a husband, you know, he might not have been too fond with, and so he had to, you know,
Flex on them foods.
he had to jump down their throat with a couple of little nice little words or two.
Yeah.
But again, you know, it's tough nowadays because of that word believers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You
Right.
know, what does that word mean? You know, I'm a believer. I'm a believer in what? I'm a believer in God. I'm a believer in Buddha. I'm a believer in, you know, Allah. I'm a believer in whatever it may be. You know, so nowadays you just got to be careful with that word and and giving people, you know what I mean? Like you say, like Akasha just said, giving people room to give you affirmation on what you're already affirmed with. What your husband is already, you know what I mean, giving you affirmation on baby, do you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So next time, just do you, and then let people, you know, glorify that. That would be my suggestion, and then not leave it up to so-called believers to have an opinion, because, you know, that believer that had an opinion or that next believer had an opinion, they might need to look at themselves in the mirror, you know,
Right.
and say, you know,
Right.
what would I do in this situation? You know, so
Yeah.
again, that's just how I would feel, how I feel about it.
Yeah,
He and I
totally.
have similar views on that, and I just want to say also, I remember when I was back in Texas, and one of the pastors I was attending church with, they were talking about some stuff, and people were criticizing some of the newcomers to church, what they were wearing, and et cetera, et cetera. And I think some people in the church were really talking about them like pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so he just let them know. He was like, some of y'all can't wear that no more. He's like, you used to dress like that, but
Right.
you can't wear it no more. So now you want to judge the people who can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of like that in a sense. I guess what you were saying. It's like, I get it if you have some kind things to say to encourage me, or even to say, hey, maybe scale that back a little bit much, or next time this. But I feel like the public form of trying to chastise you or bring God's wrath down on you when you're not God is what I had a problem with. Because
Yeah.
I saw that you were celebrating the aspect of turning 50 gracefully
They
and
didn't look at
looking
none of the
good.
beauty of it. None of
Yeah,
it.
so it's kind of like,
I didn't even see what was distasteful about the picture. All that stuff makes me so mad. I'm thinking about, like, if you have a problem with the way I sit on the toilet, walk the hell out of my bathroom. It has
Right.
nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's so, you did it, and ain't worrying about none of their own stuff.
Man, you know,
You know
for
what I mean?
me, I like to say, this is my sister, and I thought of it more as art than anything.
That's what I'm
That's
saying,
exactly what I
right?
You know,
said.
I
If
looked
you,
at
if
it
you
more,
love her, and
I
if you're
looked
looking
at
at it
more as
right,
art than anything,
Yeah.
than being distasteful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
y'all are haters. Whoever thought it was distasteful, y'all haters.
Well,
Y'all need to get saved.
and I'm not. Ooh, you know what? I'm not mad at anybody. Like I
Whole
said,
nother subject.
because people were
Only subject. Shit.
people were apologizing after Bobby got on there and gave them the business. But I'm like, I asked for this, so I'm not mad at anybody for their opinion, because I asked for your honest opinion, because I just wanted to know how many other people felt the same way that my friend did.
Right.
And so it just opened up the room for discussion.
Yeah, and I put on there just so they can stop
But
thinking.
you know-
that
you know-
way.
Yeah,
you
it
know-
opened up the
that.
room
you-
of discussion of why we even think this way. Why do we think this way?
You know what? You know what's crazy? You said that is that a lot of people right now feel in bondage right now because of just what we're talking about.
Right.
Church.
Because I go to church and my friends see me in church, you know me, every Sunday, but then tomorrow I can't post a picture of me in a bikini,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, as a woman.
Or at the Tank
I don't-
concert.
that don't make no sense.
Well, church is something you can just put
for
on
me,
like clothes.
So for
Right.
me, the fact I'm going to church, I'm a believer.
Right.
I can't post a picture of my transformation from me going from 225 to 215 with a six pack.
Mhm.
Is that distasteful, or do I just feel
Exactly.
good about
point.
myself?
Good point.
It's
You know what I
distasteful.
mean?
then.
But it's just it would be taken as distasteful.
Well, you're a
to
dude.
pop-
It's not.
That's a double standard, though.
It
You know, the fact that I'm a dude, but at the same time, it may
Thanks to
be
Tyler Perry, it's
distasteful.
okay
It may
for
be
you to walk around with your
distasteful,
chest out in church.
but it may be distasteful with some of my church friends, or you know what I mean, maybe, or maybe distasteful to my family.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even me, sometimes I want to get on social media and talk and say some things, but sometimes I have to check myself and like,
Yeah.
well, you know, what will my kids think, or what will my family think? And at the end of the day, it's like, man, damn, I am a grown man. Like,
That's how I look at it now. I'm
why
like,
should I
I
care
don't know, why
about?
should I
Why should I
feel
care about?
offended?
You know what my family
Right.
members think, or a friend thinks, or like that. I should be able to say and do or dress the way I want to dress.
Right.
But society has us so trapped in a box
Right.
that we can't do these things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, because I'm a believer. Well, you a believer in what? Again, like I said before.
And that brings
You know,
and that
a
brings
believer in
and-
saying
and
you're a
that-
believer.
And that
Exactly.
brings me
And
that
that's
brings me
BS.
that
Right.
brings me back to the girl we saw at the concert.
Yeah.
we saw a girl at the concert, lady at the concert, and she was a full figured woman. I'm not
No,
saying
she was
like,
plus, plus,
okay,
plus.
she was
Just
plus,
give it
plus.
to
Let her
her.
do
She
her
was plus,
thing.
plus,
She was,
plus.
Let her do her
she was
thing.
right. And so she had on this short set. And so, you know, it was kind of cut like this. Short set was cute. And so when she walked, it was like bloom, 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 bloom.
Stop it.
She walked that runway like
She was confident.
like y'all see me?
Yeah.
But so she was confident, but so many women that were around my age, looked like they were around my age or a little bit older, they started talking about that girl so bad.
Oh,
and
but
I'm like,
A
didn't
lot
they?
of people
they?
started making these different noises, and like I told Talitha, I said, "Do you see how she turned her strut up once they
Once they
began
started
to
making
chant
noises,
and make,
yeah.
Because it wasn't the fact that she looked bad. I mean, definitely she could have chose a different choice of outfit, but she still, even though she had to be at least a size 26,
Yeah, she was a bigger
she was a
woman.
big girl with a smaller waist, and
Mhm.
but her shorts were so small, and because people are judgmental,
Right.
you automatically went to like, oh, that's disgusting. If that's not you, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to like verbally insult this lady, but
Yeah, they
I
did.
appreciate her confidence. Let me say this.
And I bet you
What if
those
she
women came
had-
from church earlier that
I
But
morning.
what if she
guarantee it.
has low
And I
self-esteem
guarantee
and
it.
that caused her to do something to herself
Right.
because people were chanting all these ugly
But the
things
church
at her?
won't teach them the
You know?
church won't teach those ladies to see that. They just see
You need to be chased
and
in
they
a
don't see any of the hurt.
P31
None of that.
woman.
It's messed up, right?
That's that
messed up.
part. That's the part when we talk about believers
Yeah.
and you know growing up in the church my whole life, being a believer, you know, of God, of another spirit. You know, I'm not under the believer. I believe in God. I believe in
That's
the spirit.
Right.
But you know, my point was the fact that you go to church and you know, then at the end of the night you in the club. So I mean, it just is
Yeah.
what it is, man.
Right.
It's so double standard nowadays, and I just hate it, and it shouldn't be like that.
True.
You know what I mean? People should be able to express themselves,
Yeah.
dress how they want to be dressed, and not be not be judged by somebody else
Absolutely right.
at all.
You guys, we are out of time.
Yeah,
We
for
we
real.
may have Kwame may let us go over 2 or 3 minutes or whatever, but I want to find out if you guys have anything coming up before we end. Marcus, you got anything coming up that
Big
you want people to
events.
be aware about? What about your school? Are you
I'm currently. I am a master barber here in Nevada. I'm also a barber instructor, licensed barber instructor in the state of Nevada, one of 15, which is a great accomplishment for me. I'm going to be starting a new the Bolden Barber Academy. That consists of myself teaching the barbers here in the state of Nevada on how to pass their state board examinations. I will also be teaching instructors on how to pass their state board examination, and also will be opening up my own barber school here shortly as well.
Congratulations.
Whoop, and
That's
PR Akasha Brand.
Okay, well, I embarked upon starting my own PR agency, which is Brown Girl Inc.
Yep.
Agency. So that's amazing. And also, I just got the opportunity to be a writer on a magazine out of Dallas. I don't want to just say the name yet until the magazine actually comes out.
Yep.
I just submitted my first written pieces to them this weekend. So I
Nice.
look forward to seeing that. So once that comes out, I'll slide it to you so that you can tell the people that it really came out.
You know, PR
Hey.
Akasha Brown.
You know.
Baby, you got some last words or no?
Not really.
You got okay. Well, drop the beat. So I'm gonna do my why should I care before
Let's
we
get it.
end. Let's get it then. So I want my beat. Why should you care? Yeah. Will all of the real men stand up, please? Erasing them from time will ultimately halt the reproduction of our generations to come, and clone babies coming from petri dishes with no souls will be our downfall. We need to be able to protect our children and ourselves by any means necessary, because guess what? These terrorists and mass murders don't give a damn about your gun laws. The world continues to get crazier as we keep hashing up our past mistakes and lies and failures, creating more and more prejudices and stereotypes. Can we all just move on, get it how you live, develop a relationship with the one true God, and he will direct your steps, I promise you. Tune in every week, Mondays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Vegas Hype Media and on our FB page and YouTube page. Stay tuned in this week for the launching of our new weekly show lineup, In the Mix with Kasha Brown, possibly Barber Swag News to Shop, Intimate Conversations, Pretty Vision, and Weekend Break here on Food for the Soul Media Group every week. Our show tonight has been sponsored in part by Happy Products, Crisp Products, Total Relaxation, Faith and Finances by Talia B. and Orlay Worldwide. And we are out. We'll see you guys later.
Why do we all show throw up the
Bobby